Good morning. I hope that you are looking forward to a great week. Today, as we begin talking about our disciplines, which are our lectionary text in the book that we made available to you at the beginning of the year, we're looking at 2 Samuel, the end of chapter 11, going through the first part of chapter 12. It's a significant part of the Bible because, first of all, we hear about David. King David was a prince forever. He was set up by God, established the royal house that Jesus would come from. And we hear David's heart in so many places, but we also see that David is human. He has failures, and he does things that he shouldn't do. And in this particular section, if you'll remember, David had gazed upon Bathsheba, and he had taken Bathsheba. And then in the next section, he finds out that she is with child, and so he sends and has Uriah come, and he wants to make it look like it's Uriah's child. But Uriah refuses. He wants to only do what is pleasing to the king and what helps the king. And so the king sends him into battle in the most desperate spot of the battle, knowing that he will die. So in effect, he murders Uriah. And then he takes his wife Bathsheba, and they bear a child. And so Nathan, who is the conscience of David in many cases, and he is the prophet of the Lord, comes and he tells David this story. And in the story, he tells him that there's a man who is rich, he had many flocks and all of this, and he had some people coming to stay at his house, but instead of taking one of his animals from his many, many flocks and using it to feed them, he goes to a neighbor who has nothing. And he takes the one animal that he has, and he uses that. And boy, when David heard this, he was so very angry. And his anger kindled against that man, and he told Nathan, "As the Lord lives, the man who has done this deserves to die." And Nathan says to him, "You are the man." That's usually something we say is a good statement. You're the man. But he's saying, no, you are that man. And when I read this story, it makes me stop and ponder the things maybe that I do in my life, not necessarily unwittingly, but sometimes we take advantage of situations possibly. But the thing about David that I think is important for all of us to remember is that when he understood, he had contrition, and he confessed before God, and then God restores him to that relationship and restores him to being his appointed. I think that's important for us to hear, that even if we slip up, obviously we're not going to do something like this, but even if we slip up and do something and we've hurt someone else, and we've hurt our relationship with God, all we have to do is confess and return to him, and God will forgive us, cleanse us, and restore us. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless you.